if you want to combine more than one file, you can use append new option, or you can use append in the Power Query editor. This is the Power Query editor. Look here. So this is one table, sales table, and I have another table called sales 2. And if you look at the first three columns that are similar to that of this one, product, sales, and currency. And here we have a column by the name of date, and here we have the column name of date 1, and we have one blank column here. I'm going to remove this one. I don't need this one. So we have one additional column compared to, so here we have in total 5 columns are there, whereas here we have only 4 columns are there. So in the previous query, we can see the location column is the additional one. But when you look at this column, the name of the column is date, and whereas here it is date 1. But if you combine or append these two using append queries in the home ribbon of your Power Query editor, and on the right side you can find append queries and append queries as new. So we need to select the append queries as new. So when I combine these two things, let's do it from the scratch. I just do it. I want to combine these two tables. If you want to combine more than one file, okay, I just say the sales, and the second one is sales 2. And if you want to combine more than 2 tables, then you can choose this option. Since we have only 2 tables or 2 files, we want to combine it. You need to specify the first table name here, and second table name you need to specify it here. And if I click OK here, you can find these 2 queries or these 2 tables data got combined, or it got appended. But if you look at the difference here, right, so look here. So if you look at the difference, it is something like this. So if you want to combine more than one file, unlike folder connector, here you can have any number of columns. Okay, so it need not to be all the files should have the same number of columns. Okay, it need not to be like that. So in this case, we have 3 columns A, B, C. Here we have A, B, D. So in this case, what will happen is when you use append queries in Power Query editor, it will combine all the columns of these 2 tables, A, B, C, D. Okay, it uses all the columns of these 2 tables, and in this table we don't have any values for null, hence it simply put null here. And in this table, for the C column, there is no value here. First of all, you don't have C column here. Okay, so hence it will pull. So in simple term, when it comes to append queries, it appends before it appends the data, it includes all the columns A, B, C, D, and then whatever values that are available in A, B, C, it will get filled here, and what are the values that are available relevant to A, B, D, it will get filled here. For those columns that are not available in both the tables, it will put null here. For example, the column D is not available here, hence it put null here, and for C we don't have column here, hence it puts null here. So the challenge with append queries is it will not remove the duplicate, simply append the values into a single table. So it does union all. Now the question is, what if the columns in the source query doesn't match exactly? So this is what will happen. If the columns in the source queries does not match exactly, it will put all the columns, it combine all the, it include all the columns in the combined table or appended table, and whichever columns that does not have the corresponding values in the first table or in the second table, wherein it will fill with null. That's what we can see it here. We can notice it here. So look here, in the first table we have date column, and the second table we have date 1. So when you use append as new append queries, it is best thing that you can do data pre-processing before you appending the tables. For example, here date is there, date 1 is there. Unnecessarily we have 2 columns got created here. So instead, either you can rename it as a date 1, or you can rename it as a date. Before you appending it, you need to do that, so that the values in this date 1 column will get included as part of this one here, this one itself. So make sure that you are renaming the column with the proper naming convention, so that you can avoid these kind of additional columns get created. And also duplicate records. Make sure that before you appending the data, there are no duplicate records are in this data set. Hope it is pretty clear to you all. Next we will see what is merge queries. So when it comes to merge queries, we have something like left outer join, right outer join, full outer join, inner join, left anti-join, right anti-join. All these types of joins are supported as part of merge queries. We'll start with understanding what is left outer join. As you can see here in this Venn diagram, the common values between these two data sets. Let us say I call the A and B, and the common values between these two tables will get retrieved. In addition to that, rest of the values from the rest of the table will get retrieved. So all the values from your left side and the common values or the matching values between these two tables will get retrieved when it comes to left outer join. Now let us take a look at. Now I just import these two tables or these two data sets into Power BI desktop. So these two, in this sheet we can see two different sheets, orders and customers. And if you want to see the content of this one, you can see this one. Now what I will do is I will just start with performing the left outer join. I am going to merge these two queries, orders and customers queries. I am going to merge it. For this, what we will do is we will go ahead and select merge queries as new. So here the first table is customers. So what I do is I select orders, and the second table is customers. What is the common column between these two tables? Customer ID and customer ID. So you need to select the common columns between these two data set, and here the join kind. If you click on this, one, you can find out different types of joins. Drop down list. If you click on the drop down list, you can find all kind of. So we'll start with the left outer join. This is my left outer join. So here both the table, so you can see the customers also got merged with order table, but here you can see the double arrow. When you click on this, it will get expanded. So I can choose whichever columns that I want to be part of this order table. I can choose it here. Here I wanted to know the customer name for the customer ID. In the order table we have only the customer ID column. In the customers table we have customer ID and first name, last name is there. I just want to choose the first name and last name of the customer. I don't even, you can choose customer ID also. From the customers table only we can get the customer's name, first name, last name. Whereas in the orders table you don't find the customer name. In order to include the customer name, first name, last name, along with the order date and order number, you need to join with the customer table based on the common column between these two tables, order and customer table. The common column is customer ID. So now we could see that 132, 132, both of them got matched, left outer join. As explained, the common value between these two tables, 132, 132, 1332 customer IDs between order and customer tables are matching. The non-matching value, right, the rest of the values from the left side table 6 got returned here. On the right side there is no corresponding values available here, hence it puts null here. This is what left outer join. The right outer join is, it is the opposite of this one. So what is left anti-join? As you can see in the Venn diagram, so in this case, the Power Query, it brings in only rows from the left table that don't have any matching rows from the right table. It is as simple as that. I just go to the So now we will try the left anti-join. I'm going to select this one, edit settings. We have two queries here. Instead of full outer join, I'm going to select left anti-join. If I select these two, you can see here the non-match valuing on the left side, right? So the customer ID is 6, that is not there on the right side. So when it comes to left anti-join, Power Query brings in only rows from the left table that don't have any matching rows from the right table. So that is left anti-join. The right anti-join is opposite of this one. What is right anti-join? In the case of right anti-join, Power Query editor brings in all the rows from the right table that don't have any matching rows from the left table. I just go here, and what I do is I just click on the source, and 1 second, let me just do one thing. I just select edit settings. I just go ahead and select right anti-join. I just select everything. Look here, it brings in all the values from the right table that don't have any matching values on the left side. This is called right anti-join. The next one is the inner join. Inner join is the intersection, the common value between these two tables. So what are the common values here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. And 1, 3, 3, 2 is there here on the left side. And the right side, let us see what is there here. Common values, yes. Whatever the customer IDs are there in the order table, the corresponding customer ID value, the matching values, matching customer ID in the customer table only got fetched. Matching values between these two tables only got retrieved here. This is what inner join. Inner join is the common value between two tables. That is what inner join is all about. With this, I'm going to wrap up.